This is ANN News Brief.
An Italian court has ruled that an Eritrean man Medhen Tasfaramariam Behe, who was thought to be a human trafficking kingpin, is victim of mistaken identity, but he now faces deportation. Medhen had been imprisoned in Italy since 2016 when he was extradited from the Sudan for more than 3 years. Italian prosecutors claimed he masterminded an elaborate human trafficking ring, resulting in the deaths of hundreds of migrants crossing the Mediterranean Sea. They sought to slam him with a 14-year prison sentence. But soon after his arrest, family members and Medhen's attorney claimed he had been mistaken for another man who shares his first name Medhen Yedego Meret, a widely known trafficker also nicknamed the General. In the years since his arrest, DNA evidence, vocal analysis, and eyewitness testimonies have all supported Medhen's innocence, but Italian prosecutors pressed on, believing they had nabbed a high-profile trafficker. A panel of judges agreed with Medhen and his family on Friday, conceding that Italian authorities, with the help of Britain's National Crime Agency, had apprehended the wrong person. The judges ruled that he had abated traffickers and sentenced him to time already served and a fine of more than $100,000. His lawyer says he could face deportation either to his native Eritrea or the Sudan. Two leading UN agencies have reported that nearly 20 million children worldwide, more than 1 in 10, were not vaccinated against killer diseases such as measles, diphtheria, and tetanus last year. Global life-saving vaccine coverage remains at 86%. The World Health Organization says although this is high, it is not high enough. It says 95% coverage is needed to protect against outbreaks of vaccine-preventable diseases. WHO's director of the Department of Immunization, Vaccines and Biologicals, Kate O'Brien, notes most unvaccinated children live in the poorest countries, especially in fragile or conflict-affected states. She said almost half are in just 16 countries. 10 of them are in sub-Saharan Africa. WHO reports Nigeria, India, and Pakistan have the lowest vaccination rates. While Africa remains the region with the lowest vaccine coverage, WHO says it has not gone backwards. Because of expected population increase, it then projects fewer children in Africa are likely to receive life-saving vaccines in the coming decades. Stay with us to be back after this message.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
This is an incredible human interest story. Among those killed at a hotel following a terrorist attack in southern Somalia on Friday was Hodan Naleya, a television journalist who returned from the diaspora to help locals build a better life. She was achieving her goals until al-Shabab militants gunned her down. Said Ali, director of outreach for a U.S. senator and a relative of Naleya, said the journalist was trying to change the narrative of reporting about Somalia, which she considered mostly negative. She said her uniqueness was in reporting the positivity of Somalia and the people of the country. She was also harping on the good side of Somalia and its prosperity. Late last month, she visited her hometown, Las Anod, where her family opened a school for 150 nomadic children. The family also opened a library for young children to learn painting, reading, and storytelling, the first of its kind in the country. Hodan Naleya was born in Somalia but spent most of her life in North America. Her family moved to Edmonton, Alberta, when she was just 8 years old in 1984, and later moved to Toronto. Last year, Naleya moved to Kismayo after meeting her new husband, Farid Jama, a former politician turned businessman. Nayela's joy was shattered on Friday when al-Shabab attacked the Asase hotel with a car bomb and suicide attackers stormed inside. Both Naleya and her husband were killed, and she was pregnant at the time. Meanwhile, the Somalia government has announced it will create an annual award in honor of the slain journalists. That's CNN News Brief. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, TNNAfrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at TNN Africa TV. I am Lucy Adeyemi.